We are live. I am with the amazing Virtue Postmortem in this corner, on the top right corner. They are consuming a plant-based diet rich in nutrients that sustains their body without exploiting animals. Amazing that that's possible. And to my right is Karana, who is, we shall deem the cat god. Yeah.
Meow. Meow, everybody.
It's a good introduction, yeah. Whew, we're,
How are you doing, Chip?
Oh, Jesus, I had the worst conversation today. You know, I don't get it. People trigger me when they don't listen. I don't know why. I don't know how to fix this also. Like, I don't know. How do I fix the fact that I get triggered by people who don't listen to me?
I have a suggestion. Point it out to them that they are not listening.
Yeah.
Will that
Ask
help?
them to repeat back to you what you just said.
Does that help?
Generally,
Yeah.
I find it helps, yeah.
In Discord, it helps all. Like me and Karana and Axel and Felix do it all the time. It's really helpful because then there is, oh yeah, I wasn't fucking listening. Sorry for swearing in the first few minutes.
Oh, it's okay. It's a swear-free zone here. It's a swear-full zone over here. We can swear. It's also a zone.
You just
fucking good.
Yeah, that's it.
You broke the ice for me. Thank you.
Yeah. I'll just say
First F-bomb of the day.
nincompoop. There you go. I started with a little bit of an old man swear over there. Yeah, we can swear, and everybody who's in the chat, you can relax. We're not here to have trolls. If we get trolls, we can tell them shut up and listen and watch. That's it. I guess I don't have a lot to say about that, but yeah, just chillax. We're here to relax. We're here to have some fun. Listen to their ridiculous arguments. And shall we do this? Shall we do this rule that from time to like at every comment, one of us has to defend the comment?
I can do that. You know what? I can't defend it usually, but what I can do, I can try to steelman the position.
That's kind of defending it, isn't it?
Not really. When you steelman the position, you can steal at the end said, well, it's a ridiculous position though. But you are trying to understand it. You make an effort to take the most charitable position. I'm good at that. I can do that. And then Karana can dunk on it like a pile.
I can also defend them. Let's see. We'll start with you, VPM. Then you'll defend them. And everybody, by the way, as I pinned a comment in the chat. VPM is very close to 1,000. I'm not sure if you are not following or subscribe to VPM yet. Please do. Let's get them to 1,000. Then the VPM can create all of that amazing magical content, extremely smart content. It will just blow your mind. It will essentially break YouTube of how smart it is and stuff. So we gotta do that. Am I overselling it?
It's not like I'm seeking to get monetized, although I think I should get paid, but getting monetized is just like a one step for YouTube to recognize that you are making content, because until you hit the 1,000 subscribers, you're basically trash to YouTube. So that's why I'm trying to cross the threshold. And then whichever ad revenue happens to up on the channel is just going to go to a sanctuary. So it's a win-win, guys.
Yeah, it is a win-win. Yeah, but I think everybody who's in it so far is probably already subscribed to it. But I'm just saying, if you are, if you're not. Okay, let's get things started. I think, Karana, you have prepared some interesting comments that you have found throughout the interweb. And we're going to be reading them and see what the logic is behind them, right?
Exactly. Usually these are comments that I find on mostly Instagram, but sometimes Reddit. And I just crop them because I find them funny. So I have a large selection, and we're going to just be going through some of them today.
Okay. So
awesome.
And everybody, just to be clear, I know the chat is on, theoretically on Karana's thing here, face thing, cat thing, face. But Karana is still here. Karana is still awesome. I wish Karana made a YouTube channel so that I can say subscribe to Karana. But yeah, we'll have to wait for that.
Trying to convince Karana, but it's just so hard to be a YouTuber that I don't know if I'm doing a good job of making Karana want to.
Someone
Yeah,
someone made a comment here. Wait, is this the girl who was talking about evolution and got it wrong? Okay, first, I'm not a girl, but
No.
evolution got it wrong. I want to know what they're talking about.
Oh, I think it was from my conversation today. Yeah, I think I have.
Oh,
I
okay.
remember having a person today who said that we evolved to it's evolution to do what we do or something. I don't even remember anymore. Honestly,
It's evolution to farm animals and
yeah. It's obviously
artificially inseminate them. Cool.
we evolved. Why else do we have a hand if not to put it up a cow's bum?
Oh my
Fuck.
goodness.
that's dark, Chip.
Yikers.
Yikers, indeed. All right, let's start. So somebody asked, who eats sadness? Supposedly there was a comment before, you eat sadness. And they're like, who eats sadness? And I say, vegans. They made a conscious decision to eat food with zero flavor for the rest of their lives, and they lose out on the health benefits of meat. So the still man is that they're probably considering all the maybe specific vegan products that are not the best, and they assume there is zero flavor there. Although if you don't like a product, there is flavor there, you just don't like it, so it can't be zero. As for health benefits of meat, yeah, there are health benefits of meat. It's just unnecessary health benefits. You can get those same benefits from a different food, plant-based food. Yeah, but generally speaking, yeah, there are health benefits to meat. So I would say that is correct, although not thinking to a bigger scope. Are you disagreeing with me, Chip?
I'm just like, can't you? So if you acknowledge that there's health benefits of meat, does that not mean that we could be healthier by consuming meat?
I understand what you're saying. Well, it depends on what would be the alternative, right? I think they assume that the alternative is just eating grass. And then I would say, yeah, meat is healthier for humans than grass.
Also, I'm curious because this person says zero flavor, but flavor is not on a single dimensional scale that goes from -0 to plus, right? I think we have several flavors. So zero flavor would imply that it just tastes like nothing, but I think vegan food usually tastes like, if we talk about taste, I'm pretty certain that plants give a lot of taste, right? I mean, even tofu has a good taste.
Don't have, if you have a protein isolate, it might not have flavor, right? But that's about it. Protein itself doesn't have flavor, right?
I'm curious about the person who asked who eats sadness, to be honest. I'm like, is that a vegan person who asked who eats sadness? Or is that a
Probably. Karana, do you remember maybe?
Yeah, I think this was a comment on, again, probably some vegan recipe or something like that. A lot of vegans like to make fun of that. If it's oh, it doesn't have any milk or meat in it, oh, that's gross. Blah. Yeah, they're basically just become kids when it comes to vegan recipes.
Oh yeah, I wonder if because the vegans, they made a conscious decision to eat food with zero flavor. Do you think these people actually know what being vegan is? Because I don't think they do. I don't think they. And
well, obviously not. No, but they're talking. Listen, here's the thing. I give it like a lot of sway because most people, right? If you go through like a list of things, like the vegans, can you live without like going to zoos? Most people would say, non-vegans would say yes. Can you live without buying leather? Yes. Can you live without buying silk? Yes. Can you like actually like turn to buying like cosmetics that weren't tested on animals? Most people would say, yeah, I already do, right? So something like that. Or yes, I can live without it. I can buy the products that are not tested on animals. But then it comes to food. So yeah, we need food, non-plant-based food, right? We need animal food. So the food is the biggest concern for everybody because the rest of the stuff is just easy, much easier. Does that make sense?
But what about the sadness part? Like, this.
Well, the sadness is like they just said, the sadness is food. It's sad that vegans supposedly live without never trying any flavor, never having any flavor. That's the sad part to them, not the animals.
You would make a good argument there for the for the meat eaters for that side of the argument.
Well, it's not really arguments for meat eating. It's an argument like it's like I'm not defending his position. His position is cringy and disgusting. What I'm trying to make a charitable guess for what they actually meant, as charitable as possible. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm trying to understand also. I mean, it's not that much of an outrageous comment. We all see comments like this every day, right? Oh, we don't get the benefits of eating animal products and we don't have food that tastes good because meat tastes that good. Sure, that's why we smother it in sauces and spices because it just tastes so damn good on its own.
Yeah. Do you have anything to add before we move on?
Yeah, you don't have to give up flavor to be vegan. That's absurd.
The food that you say is so delicious that yesterday I did like, you know how vegan gays makes on Instagram. She goes, mimicking delicious food and then like eating food that no animal was stabbed for, something like that. So I actually did that take, but I didn't film myself for the animal. So maybe next time. It's really delicious food. I gave up nothing in retrospect, absolutely zero. I don't know. Let's move on. They're brainwashed, continue eating meat.
I understand that grammar is very difficult. Do they mean like they are brainwashed?
They're there and there. Yeah.
Continue
super
eating.
Difficult.
But then the continuation of that sentence, continue eating meat, what does that mean?
I guess
are brainwashed, comma.
Full stop. Yeah, continue eating meat, yeah.
I will continue eating meat, is that what they mean?
I guess they just mean to the universe of whoever's reading this. They are brainwashed.
Kind of situation, right? Okay.
Or maybe they mean that they're brainwashed to continue eating meat. Maybe they forgot the word to.
And then that would make them a vegan, wouldn't it?
Yeah, they just didn't put a comma. It's just like vegans are brainwashed. You should continue to eat meat.
Yeah.
So they commented on another non-vegans thing. Yeah.
Because we're the brainwashed ones, the ones who actually did eat meat at some point in our lives and said it's wrong.
For sure. Yeah, we're the brainwashed ones because we changed our minds.
Makes sense. Can you steel man this one, VPM?
Nope. That's just brain dead.
Okay.
It's just brain rot. There's no way to defend it.
Absolutely. There is absolutely no way that producing the amount of protein you need in legumes, etc., is better for the planet compared to producing the same amount of protein in an animal. To start with, the land and water required is astronomical, let alone the chemicals, etc. This happens. What's up, Josh? We're in the middle of a live stream. That's why it says do not enter. If you want to be in a video, I guess If you want to be in the live stream, you can stick around. So nobody ever remembers that animals are actually fed and are housed somewhere. I think that's where the confusion comes from. People think, well, they just think one-sided. Well, if we all go vegan, all of a sudden we will need to get more plant food. But they're not thinking, well, we're going to reduce the land and the feed that is eaten by animals. That's my stillman of the position, I guess. Are you okay?
I'm just trying to understand what they meant by let alone the chemicals. I'm really lost in that one.
Probably like nitrogen and pesticides. People have like a thing about that, not realizing that actually if you like put manure on crops, it actually creates worse environmental impact than if you like spray pesticides and put nitrogen on it. And I do have a paper for that somewhere.
Isn't it that when animal agriculture, I mean, maybe I remember it wrongly, but I remember when my grandma had animals, she had to give a lot of stuff to the animal, like not just for the fur, for them as you know, medicine, as all this kind of stuff. So isn't that also chemicals? Well, obviously also water is chemical and all that stuff, but you know, their definition of scary chemicals.
Yeah, what I mean is the scary chemicals is quite obvious.
Yeah, usually like fertilizers and pesticides and whatever else, but I mean, that's also happening on the plants that we grow for feeding the 90 billion land animals as well. So
yeah,
there's absolutely no way that it's better for the planet. There's absolutely no way. There's just no way. I really am curious about how people commented after that. Like if you show us this person a study, do you think that afterwards they'll be like, oh, you're right. You're right. My position was a wrong one, and you're right. You convinced me.
Move on to the next bullshit. We know this, Chip. We know this.
Yeah, we
They
don't
just
know
move on
this.
to the next stuff. Karana, you have anything to say before we move on?
no, this is just factually incorrect.
This comment now exists forever on the internet, is what we're saying.
Yeah.
I don't like vegans for one thing, they try to push it. The same for the other types of people. Plus, creating most vegan foods is terrible for the environment, kills a lot of bugs and ruins ecosystem because of the one ecosystem, because of the chemicals they treat crops with. Eat whatever you want, I genuinely don't care. But it's irritating for people to act like eating meat is wrong. So many things. Holy shit. Let's go through this. I don't like vegans for things they try to push it. So if they don't like vegans who say something, they just should shut up. The same for other types of people. So they're meaning like crossfitters and religious people, I'm guessing. So they're just comparing.
Wait, what did you just say? Crossfitters? Are crossfitters?
Because we're usually compared to like crossfitters, like because like crossfitters talk about CrossFit all the time and vegans talk about veganism all the time.
Never heard of it. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, to cyclists as well who also talk about cyclism all the time. Right, so it's again creating vegan food is terrible for the environment. We just went through this. Kill a lot of bugs. It kills more bugs when animals are involved because you need to grow food for them. Ruins ecosystems. The manure ruins more ecosystems than the chemicals that are put on the earth. Because the manure runoff is the thing that pollutes rivers more. That's the thing, than synthetic nitrogen or synthetic phosphorus. What else is there? Eat whatever you want. I genuinely don't care. Why would you care? Of course you don't care. You don't consider the victims. Why would you care? I can't defend this one. It's just like a dump of brain rot.
But you know,
in my opinion,
it's irritating for people to act like eating meat is wrong. Why would you find it irritating? I think like if you have an emotion towards it, that must mean that something deep inside of you is saying that it is wrong, right? I would like if somebody says that I don't know, cleaning the dishes is wrong. I would be like, huh? What do you mean? No, no, it's not. I don't care. I wouldn't find it irritating unless I knew that there might be something wrong there, right? That's the only reason why I would find it irritating.
Yeah, it kind of jumps over an important part, right? Because people do this. People like generalize into the position. I think it's called the Motte and Bailey fallacy, right? So it's okay to eat meat. Yeah, some vegans, including me, would agree that there are iterations of meat that is okay to eat. What we disagree with is the position that you can't defend, that animals are slaughtered for that meat when it's absolutely unnecessary.
Yeah, it's so difficult for people to disconnect themselves. Like I swear to God, today I just heard so many conversations today with people just being like, yes, animals should have rights. Yes, they should have the right to live. Yes, they are have emotions and feelings. Yes. Okay, what about cows, chickens, and pigs? No, that's different. That's different. That's okay. That's different. Why? Because culture.
Yeah, they
Why?
just remove it.
It's like, oh, brain working, chickens, pigs, shut down. That's it. They're no longer nothing. That just doesn't make sense anymore in their brain. It's perplexing to me how. Yeah.
I just find it weird how they are okay with talking about other moral and ethical issues, and then all of a sudden veganism comes up or farming animals. And yeah, their brain kind of shuts down. They're like, "Oh, I can't believe you're questioning me on this." You know, they get offended at the very concept of having to talk about the ethics of animal agriculture.
Yeah.
It's offensive. It's very offensive to discuss about the ethics of something they're doing might be wrong. That's of course it's offensive. Yeah.
It's kind of why I'm like repurposing my channel into something else, into like the basic concepts behind why people do immoral shit. Yeah. All right. Want to read this one, Chip?
Hello, Doc. Basically, I agree with her, as I'm also a fan of scientific studies and work in this health sector. But people should also eat a minimum of animal proteins, especially eggs, as this protein is most similar to human protein. What the fuck? Sorry, what?
That would mean that eating human meat would be even better.
I guess. I guess that's what it is. So I'm guessing it's on a doctor post. And
Yeah, exactly.
But also, how did they find out that I still can't? I have been looking. I can't find the origin of this claim that eggs are like the perfect protein. People just have they taught you this when you were in like studying for nutritionist
No.
for nutritionism in there?
No, no. So what I know about most animal sources is that they're energy dense, not necessarily nutrient dense. Eggs do have a pretty good profile, but they also have saturated fat, which, you know, it's not recommended for people with heart disease or complications or risk of heart disease and such.
What does it mean though to have a good profile? That's the thing that irritates me, that I can't find. What the fuck does that mean?
A good profile. Well, essentially, what a good profile means, it's that you could theoretically just eat eggs for one meal, and it's kind of good. It's not just protein. It's also got some fat. It's got a little bit of carbs there. That's kind of what they mean. It's like you could theoretically make a meal out of it. It's kind of like a meal replacer. That's what a good profile means.
Why would that make a difference in the 21st century? Why would that be even considered?
Because, you know, maybe you just want to eat eggs. I don't know. Maybe you just want to eat that one ingredient. That's why. Why else would it matter?
No idea.
Yeah. Also, I
Karana?
like. Yeah.
I too was very confused when I read this. I couldn't figure out exactly what they meant by it, and I thought it was just really funny that they were commenting this on. I'm not sure if it was Dr. Matthew Negras or there's a bunch of vegan doctors that I follow on Instagram. So I just thought that this was really funny that this person was like, "Hey, I work in the health sector. You know, eggs are basically equal to human protein." And I was just like, "What do you mean?" So yeah, I just thought it was a good one.
But not just that eggs are similar, especially eggs. Like meat, no, meat is kind of different from the meat of humans. But eggs, no, that's almost identical to human protein. What even is human protein? Wait a minute. Were they actually referring to human protein as?
I don't know what that
referring to
means.
human flesh or human needs for like a special like protein profile? I don't know.
Maybe it was for needs. I never thought about it that way. Okay.
Yeah. Let's continue. Karana, you want to read this one?
Plants are missing over 10 micronutrients, and the ones they have in your body can hardly digest. There's no omegas in plants. The hell did you read that animal brain has 1,100% of your daily omega intake? Not plants. Plants don't have over 15 micronutrients.
I thought it was 10, and then it became 15.
Yeah, I feel like I have had a aneurysm while I was reading that. Oh, sorry, that was difficult. It was like a.
Should I try the rest? This cheapo.
Let me try it. Let me try this one. I'll try to steel man this one. Okay, so plants are missing over 10 micronutrients. Okay, so plants don't have all the micronutrients that we need. There's apparently more than 10 that we need, and plants are missing. I don't think that's true, but let's move on. And the ones they have, your body can hardly digest. So the micronutrients that plants have, they're not as digestible as the ones found in animal sources. I also don't think that's true, but let's move on. There's no omegas in plants. I mean, there are omegas in plants. The hell did you read that animal brain has 1,100% of your daily omega intake? This is a difficult one. Difficult for me to steel man this position. So, where did you read that animal protein has?
Animal brain.
Animal brain
has omega-3. Does animal brain even have omega-3? I gotta check it out while you're reading.
Has 1,100% of your daily omega intake. Not plants. Plants don't have.
So how much?
So now plants don't have. So wait, plants don't have over 15 micronutrients. So not only that plants are missing over 10 micronutrients, plants also don't have over 15 micronutrients. So in order for a food to be good, it needs to have at least 15 micronutrients. Because if it's got less than 15 micronutrients, it's not good, right? That's the claim.
I just love how they spelled micronutrients both times.
Also that, yes.
So I guess if you eat 1,500 calories of lamb brains, or is it beef brains? Of beef brains, then you do get 1,100% of the omega-3s. It's like 12.8 grams of omega-3s. So you ate basically all of your calories from brains. I don't know how many animals you slaughtered for 1,500 calories of brains. But you get like almost only 30% of omega-6, which is also an essential nutrient. And you're missing folate, calcium, B1, strangely, vitamin D, obviously.
How many micronutrients are you getting? The count.
Oh, how many you don't get, are you asking?
No, how many do you get?
No, like the proteins, you get like 120 grams of protein. That even is not that much.
But that's not the micronutrient. Micronutrients is just the vitamins
and
such.
Yeah, I know. So you get B2, you get crazy amount of niacin.
Okay.
You get B5, you get B6, you get B12, you get to 4,000% or so.
Okay.
You get way too much choline,
Okay.
like 1,200% or something like that. You do get vitamin C, enough of it. You get vitamin E. You get enough copper, enough iron, enough phosphorus, almost enough potassium to a point that I would say, yeah, okay, you can count that. You get enough selenium and about 70% of sodium. So I guess you can, if you sprinkle a bit more, I guess you can count
Is
that
that
as
it?
well. And zinc.
You get exactly 15 micronutrients. Exactly 15. I counted them.
Now, that's how
That's
much
funny.
you get from brains, though.
Yeah, but
That's how much you get.
according to them, plants don't have over 15 micronutrients, but neither do brains. So then,
No. So I was telling you what they do have.
Yeah.
What they don't have enough of is omega-6, which is an essential nutrient. It's a macronutrient, though. It's not a micro with a K nutrient. But from micronutrients, you don't get B1, you don't get folate, you don't get vitamin A, you don't get vitamin D, though. You don't get vitamin K, you don't get calcium, you don't get enough of magnesium, not even close, so you're going to be cramping as fuck. You don't get manganese. Yeah, that's 8, I think I counted, right? 1, 2, 3,
Okay, yeah, 8,
4,
8.
5, 6, 7, 8, yeah.
So that's what so I think, like, because in the end they say plants don't have over 15 micronutrients, right? That's the statement at the end. And animal brains have exactly 15 micronutrients. So the animal brains also don't have over 15 micronutrients. And they're missing only 8. I see Neil Smith in my chat saying the actual argument they're making is that there are 15 nutrients not found in plants.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're confused, Chip. Yeah, I think you are confusing stuff.
But the language is so stupid. Who makes this language?
Yeah.
It's just a run-on sentence, yeah, that doesn't end up making any sense.
And please, like, who the hell likes eating brains? I come from Romania. I saw people ate brains in Romania. I grew up eating brains. And they're like, who likes that shit? That's disgusting.
I never tried, but actually when I was a carnist, I wanted to. It just never happened.
I tried it. It's nothing special. It's just mush.
I tried tongue. That's a thing that a lot of people haven't tried.
I also have not tried that.
I do just really like how it went from 10 micronutrients and then to 15 in like one, at the very end of the sentence, they changed their mind.
And it's technically because there are like no punctuation. It's one sentence. So
yeah. This one's one of my favorites.
I understand why you like it, Karana. I do.
Somebody liked this. There is one like on this comment. Do you think it's their own, or do you think somebody else liked this? No, somebody actually read this and they go like, "But this person is making sense. They're right. Who the hell would do that?" Like, oh god.
I think this is from Twitter, right? So from Twitter. No, it's not.
Instagram.
Oh, Instagram.
But only one like in 18 hours. Okay, that's everybody else. I wish that there was downvotes in these things too.
Fair enough, yeah.
Let's continue. Yet PETA offers no examples of how to kill animals, nor would they agree to eating animals who have died of natural causes. Well, I don't know what PETA's stance is on eating carcasses. And by carcasses, I do usually mean just like naturally deceased animals. I don't think they ever spoken out about it. I haven't heard it. If somebody in the chat can illuminate on what the PETA's stance is on eating naturally dead animals,
I don't think
that's a normal thing to propose.
I don't know, but I don't think that they have a specific stance on it. I just think they encourage veganism, as far as I know. But yeah.
Why would PETA offer examples of how to kill animals? Why should that be something that PETA deals with?
I'm gonna steal man this one.
The slaughter.
PETA's just out here teaching farmers the best way to
it's the humane way.
Pigs or something.
Yeah.
Do you guys know about the Humane Slaughter Association?
No.
Is that
It's
a
one of
thing?
my favorite organizations. This is the organization that deemed macerating day-old chicks as humane, and they wrote the manual on it, on how to do it properly. That's a Humane Slaughter Society for you guys.
This is just an oxymoron,
Yeah,
but like an emphasis on the moron.
yeah. And they have a shitload of funding as well, and that was very funny, Karana. I just didn't want to pass over it.
People give money to this organization so that they can feel good about grinding baby chicks. Wow.
I mean, maybe PETA should teach them how to grind baby chicks the right way, you know? Maybe there's
How
a
to do it
certain
the right way.
maybe there is a certain speed rotation that if it's fast enough, it's then they kill them faster or something. I don't know, and it becomes humane. Isn't that their logic always?
Tone, I think, found the position of PETA. If someone is picking up a dead squirrel off the road and eating it, would much rather they do that than go buy the body of an animal who was raised in misery and slaughtered. There you go. What a fantastic stance, frankly, from PETA. There you go. Chip, you want to read this one?
Sure. And vegan 4 ... I recently had stroke-like symptoms and have stroke-like symptoms and have had to have a lot of tests done. The doctor encouraged me to eat red meat, so not a vegan, but I do prefer a vegetable diet. Wait, they had a stroke-like symptoms, and the
doctor said, yeah, eat more meat, eat more red meat, the thing that is like associated with increased risk of stroke.
Do you think that this doctor was also smoking a cigarette when this guy entered the office and was like, eat more red meat and smoke? That's what you gotta do.
People hear what they, in my opinion, people hear what they want to hear from doctors. It's actually, there was like actually a study when a person, like a patient goes into a doctor's office, they will walk out remembering 3 things. And so doctors are actually like actively, if they care about their patients, they are actively working on not overwhelming patients with too much information and giving them 3 things to remember, the important ones, like take statins, blah, 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 something, right? Something like that. Also, I don't know where I am, like in the hospital, in hospital where I work, they just give out a typed out summary of the visit because of this, because people don't remember or remember what they want to remember, frankly.
So they're not actually listening in the first place most of the time?
I don't know what's going on there. People are just bad at this shit.
I like what Linda is saying. This doctor wanted them to die. Maybe this guy, I don't know, had some issues. This doctor was like, I really hate that guy. I really hate him. It's like,
well,
yeah,
it's not the fault of the animals, though, doctor.
Yeah, but you know, doctors actually, I don't know if I've talked to, especially the younger doctors, they end up being so they have this God complex sometimes, don't they? Where they even don't care about humans. Like they're like, I don't care, it's a human being.
Oh yeah, I'm well aware. I work with a lot of doctors, so it's not that they don't care; they do care, but kind of performatively a little bit. And they make a lot of, because they have to, like, especially surgeons. I mostly work with surgeons. They have to kind of disconnect from people. They do care. They care performatively, but that's enough, in my opinion, right? They know they should care, and therefore they care. But like they kind of have to dehumanize them in order to cut them open and shit like that.
Yeah, I guess it's a part of the job, isn't it? It's kind of like slaughterhouse workers where they get desensitized from it. But I'm curious, what is this person on top saying? And vegan 4 ... Is that?
I guess maybe the person was claiming that they're kind of vegan or something. Maybe.
Yeah, I think that was something like that, or that they were eating plant-based for a certain period of time.
Yeah.
Also, what are stroke-like symptoms? I'm curious.
Fuck knows.
Isn't
Dizziness, shortness of breath.
Smelling burnt toast.
aren't those like, oh yeah, okay, fair enough, yeah. Maybe you know what, it would be so funny if somebody just fucks with this guy, like his wife just puts some burned out toast every once in a while next to him. It's like, do you smell burnt toast? No, I don't. Are you sure you're okay? Just go to the doctor. And the doctor says, eat more red meat. They're just two people conspiring to kill this guy.
I was
Maybe
gonna
they just
say,
like maybe they just imagined the doctor the way they imagined the burnt toast.
Oh,
Sorry,
even
Gar.
better, yeah.
Karana, you wanted to say something?
no, this is just a very weird thing for a doctor to recommend to somebody with stroke or stroke-like symptoms. I would hope that they would
I hope
have
so.
different recommendations is all.
There are like keto and carnivore doctors, though, like actual working doctors. They do
Unfortunately,
exist,
yes.
unfortunately. And then they like become like they might recommend this actually.
Yeah, is this person's doctor Dr. Anthony Chafee or something?
Could be. All right, Karana, can you read this out, please?
Extremely damaging to wildlife and oftentimes marginalized folk as well. I'm all for vegan education and promotion of veganism, but pointing a finger at people and acting from a moral high ground without getting to know someone's situation isn't going to make them stop eating meat or take your cause seriously.
What do you think, Chip?
I mean, I like, you know, this just reminds me of the woman I spoke to today, who was actually this type of person who was holding a moral high ground. I worked in animal rescue, okay? I know what I'm talking about. I'm against it. So you don't really know what you're talking about. Like, I don't know
You
any.
don't know me. You don't know my situation. You don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's this whole.
I was going to say, I have to grind baby chicks alive, okay? There's no other way for me to have eggs. And I need eggs. It's the closest to human protein. That's my situation.
Lewis says, you have erectile dysfunction, eat some bald eagle meat. That cures it.
Oh, so funny.
I'm all for vegan education and promotion of veganism. Isn't that mean that you're all for us telling people that it's wrong to exploit animals?
But only the privileged people, Chip.
Yeah, can somebody because that's what I think acting from a moral high ground means. Can somebody give me an example of acting from a moral high ground? Maybe I just don't know what it means.
I think there's like a concept called moralism. So moralism is oh fuck, I don't remember all of a sudden. But like I think that like conflating maybe like religions with veganism a little bit, because like I don't know, like Christians will say it's like abortion is killing babies, and they are like I don't know, maybe some people say I'm so much better than you for not doing X. No idea. I'm kind of lost when people say this, the moral high ground. I'm like, first of all, true, but second of all, I don't act like that though.
But don't we want all of them to be on the same moral high ground as us? Isn't it like I'm on the high ground and handing you a hand? Yeah, I'm like, hey, I'm up here.
Trying to convince them.
Yeah.
We want them to join us. Like they think that we are putting ourselves on a pedestal and then dictating, what they should do. But we're trying to uplift everybody to having better morals.
Yeah, well, I think you guys are right. Like, moral high ground would be I'm better than you, and the conversation stops, right? And even if I tend to do this sometimes, say I'm better than you, and therefore you should join me because X, Y, Z, right? That's not a moral high ground, in my opinion. That's just like tone policing to say, oh, from a moral high ground. It's kind of an assumption of motivation. Oh, there you go. That's what it is, right? So people sometimes like assign motivations to other people. Like, for instance, if you cheap talk to me about, I don't know, something wrong happening in the world, or like if you'd saying, I'm gonna demonstrate, I'm gonna, I don't know, picket or whatever. I don't know how. All of a sudden, I don't remember the word. Anyways, like I'm doing a boycott or whatever, right? And then I go, well, they can't have that position, can they? That means maybe Chip is getting paid to have that position to demonstrate outside of this place or whatever, right? So that means assigning motivation to somebody. You don't actually ask people why they do it. You just tell them, you just think about, you assume why they do it. So they kind of assume that we do it to feel morally superior.
Yeah, that is
Is that
true.
it?
Yeah. And also I feel like, how can you assume all of this moral high ground in a comment section? Like, I understand maybe in a discussion day to day, but tone policing in a comment section? Really? Have we reached that place in a society where we are tone policing in a text?
That's most of the comments that I see on vegan posts on Instagram. Most of them are tone policing, telling vegans to shut up and stop talking, and you're just virtue signalers and you're hypocrites, etc., etc.
Yeah. That's where we're living, Chip. That's what's happening.
This is the reality.
Wait, before you go, there's one more thing that really bugs me about this comment, and that is that they think they know how to do comment and how to help the cause. This isn't going to make them stop eating meat or take your cause seriously. How the fuck would you know?
How do they know what makes vegans or makes people take it seriously? How do they know?
Yeah, why aren't they taking it seriously themselves if they knew?
Yeah. Also, just the first little bit of extremely damaging to wildlife.
Yeah.
What, you don't think the insane amount of land and resources we put specifically towards animals isn't extremely damaging to wildlife? We're in the 6th mass extinction currently. I think that's kind of important.
Yeah, I think
number one driver of deforestation is animal agriculture.
I think we lose like 1 species of animals per day or something like that. We lose a lot of species these days.
Oh, even more than that. So many of them there's so many we haven't even discovered yet, and we may never, because they're already gone. Yeah, it's depressing. That's fun. Go with there.
How is it bad for marginalized folk also? I'm trying to understand. Like, is it that
they think that like that the higher crop production would displace people from marginalized community? Well, it happens with like companies, but it mostly happens, frankly, with animal farms, where they go, especially with pig farms that smell like absolute awful shit. They go to like and they open their farms next to marginalized communities, like Black communities and stuff like that, where they know those people have like less power to like kick them out. Nobody opens a pig farm in a suburb, do they?
Yeah, they do open it exactly in the marginalized communities part. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
But it's the vegans who are damaging it, let's face it.
Oh, yeah. It's our fault. Everything is our fault, Chip.
20. Are you going to read it?
No, you're going to read it.
270 liters of water for 1 avocado in areas of water scarcity and deforestation that demolish the houses of rabbits, bees, food for birds like worms, etc. That's a problem. Not killing a cow, but you never heard that because you obey some propaganda. God damn it.
We never heard the stuff they're just like saying for the first time. They read it somewhere yesterday, and now they're saying it to us as if we never heard it. When we hear it 5 times a day. Is that correct, Chief?
It's just like, oh god damn it. First of all, I hate it. Can you please learn grammar, dude? This person.
No, you're asking way too much for random people on the internet.
Absolutely too much.
I'm gonna ask
Did
ChatGPT.
you know that avocados kill every rabbit and every bee and every bird and every worm? They don't exist because someone farms avocados.
Well, frankly, right, so there is a grain of truth here. Let me still
Yeah.
man that for a second. The fact that, like, California grows avocados is absolutely abhorrent because avocados do require more water and California is in a drought. So that's probably something that should stop. But California also has a huge dairy sector. And how many liters of water there is for 1 liter of cow milk?
A lot.
That's just
And for the
1
alpha too
liter
that they feed
of
them.
cow takes how much water? Sorry, go on, talk while I'm looking for this.
It's 227 liters of water, says a ChatGPT for one avocado.
For one avocado?
I'm not sure if it's one avocado or one avocado tree, because it's ChatGPT. Who knows what's true in here?
Yeah, who the fuck knows?
Yeah. But
Oh, milk is not. Yeah, go on.
I just don't have avocados then. That's why, isn't it? Let's pick the fruit that uses the most water and it's in the worst conditions, and let's say that's the situation for all of them. And the sad part about it is that when we do activism, we do the opposite. We choose the best position, the best situations that animals are kept in, and we discuss those.
Frankly, I don't eat avocados for this reason. I don't like the expenditure of water. But yeah, one avocado does. My AI says it's 70 liters of water to produce one avocado because I specified that I want how many liters of water for one avocado. But the same AI said only 4.5 pounds of water to produce 1 pound of milk. That sounds very little. That's sus.
Do you know why that could be the case? Because nowadays the cows that produce milk are having these giant udders. They're definitely in a situation where they're not be healthy or happy or all that stuff. So maybe that's why. I do like what Lewis said. I only eat water-free avocados. Dehydrated avocados are based. I like that. Go on, sorry.
Cow milk. Sorry. Oh, I was doing a wrong search. I'm so sorry.
This is just an argument from hypocrisy. They do these all the time. It's basically a variation of crop deaths, though.
Yeah.
By the way, when you ask the AI to include feed, it's 628 liters of water for 1 liter of cow milk. So, fuck off. So there you go. You just need to be really clear with AI, and otherwise it's not going to count the thing that it requires to keep the cow alive.
But there's just
pretty much any plant-based food, usually when you look at the metrics, is going to be better than pretty much any animal-based food.
Not true per kilogram, true per how we interact with food. So for instance, so chocolate is gonna be more intense than. Let me go to my actual site though. It
Don't
was just
ruin
take me a
chocolate
second.
for
That's
me.
just like this isn't really like a food. Like it's more like a treat or a sweet. I just mean more what you would eat instead.
Yeah, but like palm oil, for instance. Yeah, palm oil is food, and it's slightly higher in environmental impact than farmed fish and poultry meat. But you don't drink a kilogram of palm oil in a week even, right? But you could eat like a kilogram of pig meat in a week. So we don't interact with that food as well. That context needs to be added into the conversation. Palm oil, you use maybe 70 grams a week if you buy that shit anyways. Nobody in the vegan community buys that shit anyways. Right?
I mean, maybe in certain products you may buy it, right? Without wanting necessarily.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Right, shall we move on? That's definitely a red herring, though, Karana. Thank you for pointing that out.
But wait a minute. So it's a red herring. So I see what it, for me, it's, first of all, it's a straw man. Well, it is a red herring because it's about the environment. You're right. Then isn't it a straw man when you say that's a problem, not killing a cow? But because we never talk about killing specifically, we always talk about the exploitation, right? About the bringing to life, treating them like an object, and then eventually killing them. So I don't know.
I talk about killing quite a lot. Well, so
I
it depends
also
on
use
what.
it,
Yeah.
Fair enough. Let's move on.
I think killing results from exploitation. That's why I like, but and it's like the most important position in my opinion. Like you get them to exploitation from killing. Oh, I do at least. You want to read it, Karana? Karana? Okay, I'll read it. You are so sigma grrr. I'm also fucking normal and can get all my amino acids from my protein. Can't say the same for vegans.
How do you get your amino acids? You don't get your
Where
amino
do you
acids
get
from
them?
protein. Yeah, I get my amino acids from fat or something.
Yeah. So it's a bit of a tautology there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what they mean by that, I'm going to try to steelman this position, right? What they mean that the proteins they eat supply all the essential amino acids that a human needs in their diet, whereas they claim a vegan doesn't.
Oh.
I just asked them which ones.
I'll be right back. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like, which ones do they mean?
Which ones is a good question to ask. I really thought that they actually meant the other way. Now that that actually makes sense. I can't get all my amino acids from my protein. Can't say the same for vegans. That's what they meant.
Yeah, they think that there's some lacking.
But wait, if we were lacking certain amino acids, wouldn't we not survive anymore? Wouldn't we have an issue?
Of the 9 essential ones, there would be some issues potentially. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And what does sigma mean? Can somebody explain to me what sigma is? I never know what sigma is.
It's like alpha, beta, sigma. Sigma is like the under beta or something.
Is sigma the smart one?
And now they're just calling them not man enough.
I thought
not alpha.
Wait, I thought alpha is the person who's on top. I'm alpha, okay? Beta is the...
Beta is under that, but beta is not insulting enough anymore, so they invented sigma as well. It's just another Greek letter that goes somewhere under beta. I think it's the one... I think sigma is the last letter in the Greek alphabet, if I'm remembering correctly. So they're just calling them, like, the lowest type of man. That's what that means, I think.
I thought sigma means that they're the smart ones. I thought sigma are the calculated smart ones. That's what I thought.
I don't know. What does the chat think?
Wait. So Neil Smith said,
Neil asked already,
Yeah. A sigma male is a term from popular psychology and internet culture used to describe a man who is highly independent, self-sufficient, and prefers to operate outside traditional social... Well, ... Hierarchies.
VPM doesn't understand Gen Z language. Correct, Alpha Caros. Correct. I am a boomer indeed. Sigma is positive.
So I was right. Sigma
you were right.
Sigma is the independent, smart one or something.
I don't know how. That's not how hierarchies work, but okay.
It doesn't have to make sense. What do you think? Do you think cooking makes sense? It doesn't. If you cook somebody you're doing them something bad. If you're cooking, you're doing good. If you're cooked, you're bad. What was it? There's more. It's just so confusing. The cooking is confusing these days. I'm still learning the cooking aspect.
Somebody told me a few days ago in the Discord that they cooked me. I asked, why the fuck did I mute you, right? Because I couldn't remember. And I know why I mute people usually. I'm muting for myself, right? When people are just like annoying and it's impossible to have a conversation with or something like that. And they said, oh, I cooked you. And I didn't understand what that said. And apparently that meant that they like ridiculed me into oblivion.
Yeah, so cooked you means that they owned you. They
Yeah.
Which
is, first of all, impossible. I'm unownable. And second, joking, but it's basically true. But second, that's not why I mute people. People can say about me what they want.
So
all right.
Do you think? Wait a minute. This cook thing now. Before we move on to this cook thing, because I'm curious. Do you think we can? Because if you're cooking, apparently it's good to cook and bad to be cooked. So that means that the Gen Z has already acknowledged that being cooked is bad. Could we use that to our advantage and say that animals are cooked, therefore it is bad that animals are cooked?
Just change it to good.
Okay.
No, but also it's an equivocation fallacy. You shouldn't play stupid word games, Chip.
You're right.
All right, let's continue. Can you get ethically sourced leather order from indigenous creators? The animals is honored and every part is respected and used.
Heart emoji.
Heart emoji, yeah. So I'll try to still man this position. There is so this person is not really thinking about the animal and what the animal would want. When they're saying they are respecting the animal, it's a certain set of things that happens that animals couldn't give less shit about since they are dead. So what they mean by that is that they try not to waste the animals, so they don't take the life of too many animals, is what they mean, I think. By this respecting the animal by using every single part, they mean they use up the animal and don't kill new animals while leaving a bunch of the animal carcass to whatever. I tried.
I'm curious, do you think, because I think like this is the problem, right? I think Hollywood kind of ruined this honor and respect type of thing, because this is, I think, is a result of Hollywood. You know how there's this thing in movies when they show a desert, they inherently also throw this hawk sound, you know, that sound that they always use in the desert, which isn't, by the way, even of a hawk, apparently, that is found in the desert. But they use this sound, and I think like they do the same thing for honor. I think when it comes to indigenous things, they make this appear as if it's more honorful because you go higher for the animal. That's good, and it's the animal is good. Like I don't like what the hell is the point? I don't get it. Who would think? It
comes directly from the indigenous people. I think indigenous people directly like tout out this shit.
Oh, they directly say that they're honoring the animal.
Oh, yeah, I've seen quite a few saying that shit. Yeah.
Karana, are you from US, Karana?
Let's not ask Karana where they're from. It's,
I'm sorry. I was curious because of the if you're closer to this whole indigenous issue thingy. But yeah, okay. Yeah.
I can't hear you if you're talking.
Yeah, Karana, you're muted for some reason. I don't know why.
You're not muted, but we can't hear you.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
So yeah, I think there's a big difference between actually needing, animal products or something to survive versus most people who are hunting and fishing aren't doing it because they have to. It just becomes part of a habit that they just do. and they're not doing it for actual survival. They have access to supermarkets. They get everything else that they need from there. So yeah, it's very intertied though with like indigenous cultures, with being able to go out and hunt and fish and kind of do all those things as they please. And yeah, then people will say, oh, okay, so because they can do it, then if I buy the products from them, then I am also ethical by proxy,
Yeah.
right?
But
But
also,
most of
it's
the
like a full amount of bullshit, because my most favorite new thing to share in Discord debates is the two Maasai warriors eating at a vegan restaurant.
oh
So
yeah, that
I
I don't
think
know that.
literally almost nobody is like surviving these days. Everybody has like a supermarket next to them.
I mean, listen, I grew up in the communist torn Romania, and I had access to not supermarket, but like stores, and I could buy
Yeah.
food. In fact, there was a lot of vegan food even then, but Romania is kind of a special case because they're Orthodox. So I'm like, I don't know what people are complaining of. Every video I watch of people going to these extreme countries like North Korea, like Afghanistan, I do see the issues. Like I could see that because of the cultural aspects, like for example in Afghanistan, you might be forced to eat, otherwise it might seem disrespectful, and as a tourist you might be, I don't know, like in danger or something. Like there are countries where it's potentially dangerous to refuse food. But otherwise, I feel like what I have seen so far is that there are plenty of options everywhere. Plenty, 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 plenty. It's just people refuse to acknowledge them, and they refuse to actually, yeah,
Let's move on.
yeah. Karana, do you want to read this one?
Oh no,
So
we
you-
can't. Oh god.
so you don't understand the term rescue then? I'm calling vegans hypocrites. Is a dog's natural habitat before domestication a human home? No, right? So don't keep one in your home against its natural will.
What the fuck is a natural will?
The dog's natural will is to be free in the forest, okay? Don't you
What a
get it?
gibberish thing to say, natural will.
I just love how then they're just saying that rescuing all animals is wrong. Therefore, vegans are hypocrites. What?
Why would that even make vegans a hypocrites? We're not committing an appeal to nature fallacy when we say stop commercially exploiting and slaughtering animals.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know what the connection is between those two things.
Yeah,
Am-
where would the hypocrisy lie here?
Am I the
Go on,
only
Jim.
one who is absolutely super bugged about the fact that they did dot space, dot space, dot space?
Oh,
Like,
did they? Oh, wow.
why the hell would they do
would-
that?
Who would take the time?
Yeah, like it's
Ain't nobody
insane.
got time for that.
And they miss. So they did all that, and they couldn't put an apostrophe for the dogs. Is a dog apostrophe s natural habitat? It's just. I'm sorry. I'm just like one of those grammar people. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I'm the same. I just usually don't dwell on it that much. But yeah, I'm the same. It bugs the fuck out of me. If I, an immigrant whose third language is English, know the difference between there, and there, then you should know as well.
That's
Yeah.
too difficult.
Yeah.
I want to know what their answer is, because I hear this a lot, and I say, okay, well then what do we do about cats and dogs everywhere?
Release them into nature, obviously. Release the chihuahuas into nature. Release
They
the
have a
people-
natural will to be in the forest, okay?
Release the dogs with PTSD into nature.
And wait a minute. Since when is the dog's natural habitat other than a human home? Because Isn't
Before domestication, man, when they were wolves,
Yeah.
so they
10,000
weren't
years
dogs.
ago,
That but
they
then they
weren't
were.
dogs.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I get it. Okay. That's good. That's good.
They need to become forest dogs again.
Yeah.
Back to wolf. Back to nature. Yeah.
I love how everybody in the chat now is doing dot space, dot space, dot space.
It's a
Just to
new
bother
thing.
you. Yeah.
We just created a new thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Vegan
Vegan food is full. I'll read it. Vegan food is full of artificial flavors and colors to make it taste and look like the real thing. I am an athlete, and most elite athletes eat meat.
I guess they meant meat.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But I wanted to read it out.
Yeah.
Like, I want it to be, authentic to the source. Yeah. So vegan food is full of artificial flavors and colors. There is prevalence of people thinking that is a problem. I understand why they think that is a problem, because things that have artificial flavors and colors might be not great for our health, but it's not because of the artificiality of it or the flavoring of it or the coloring of it. It's mostly because it's easy to overconsume the calories of it and become obese, and replace nutrition, basically, right? Am I on the right path there, Chip?
I guess.
What do you mean, I guess?
Yeah. I hate it.
We're
you
breaking
know?
Chip, guys. We're breaking
You're
Chip.
breaking me. I hate it. I'm an athlete, and most elite athletes eat meat. No, you know, what makes an athlete elite is not what they eat. It's their genetics. Elite athletes are elite because of their genetics. They're not elite because of something else. Of course, they also have to train hard, right? They work
Yeah,
hard.
and hard work, I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah, but it's genetics that makes them elite. The fact that there's people who can lift 4 times their body weight is not because they put somebody's flesh to their mouth hole. It's because they have some form of genetic, you know, maybe their body parts align perfectly so that they can squat really well or deadlift really well or whatever it is that's preferable. I don't know.
Yeah. So Kendrick Ferris, who's a vegan and a record holder, he doesn't need to eat mean. All right.
I think the most recent UK strongman is vegan and fully natural as well.
Yeah, strongmen, I think they must be fully natural, don't they?
I mean,
Outside testing.
the problem
It depends
is that,
on the competition, I think.
yeah, they always say that they're natural, but you never know. They do a set of testosterone and then they stop, so it doesn't appear in tests. You never know, actually.
Yeah, I suppose. All right.
Yeah. I don't know what colors they mean. Do you know any vegan food that adds colors to the food? Because I don't think like red for me.
Like
Seitan.
impossible meat adding beet color in order to make it more reddish. I
Well,
mean,
seitan has additive colors, right?
Sure,
Seitan
yeah.
that you buy in the store. I suppose some meat alternatives have some addition of colors, but what does that matter?
in
What's
the
the
grocery store, meat would be gray. They add color into meat products in order to make them brighter, more colorful. Otherwise, it just looks like what it is, which is just rotting corpse, right?
By the way, it's not necessarily adding color. Did you know, guys, that in some places on Earth, I think in America, specifically in the US, they shock the meat. They do an electric shock to the meat so that it's redder.
Yeah, they're changing the color.
Wait, after they kill the
Google it.
animal or before?
No, after.
Really?
God, before would be horrific. Wow.
I mean, Jesus.
It's already horrific.
But
no, I know,
they
but you
shock
know
the
what
meat
I
itself
mean.
as well. Yeah.
I often pose that as a hypothetical to people for taste. I say, if we electrocuted cows before we killed them, if it tasted, 25% better, would that be okay? I just want to figure out where their taste preference lies.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like this type of person is the type of person who would eat bacon and not have a problem with bacon, which is carcinogenic, full of artificial flavors and colors. But yeah, somehow.
Do they add to bacon? They do add artificial flavoring, obviously, but do they add color?
I know
I
that
think so.
when I was young, I had a period when I was carnivore, and in that period I ate a lot of bacon. And I remember what made me stop was part of the one ingredient, which was coloring, and I thought, holy shit, this is stupid. The fact that they have to add coloring to it. So maybe they don't do it everywhere, but in certain situations I have seen it, yeah.
I don't think this person is necessarily consistent even within their own values that way. Looking at every possible thing with any artificial colors and flavors. Like they're not all bad in the first place.
VPM is checking now if they add, I guess.
It seems like a weird thing to tag with just veganism in that regard. It's just like all foods can have these things in them.
Yeah.
And many, yeah.
Doesn't seem that like at least the video that I found, it specifically gives the ingredients, and it doesn't seem to be color there. But maybe, I don't know, maybe some of those bacons, maybe this one specific doesn't, but others do. Because this one doesn't show the nitrate either. The nitrates.
That's what I was gonna say. Nitrate does help enhance the color, if I remember correctly. There's certain nitrates that do that. I think there's 3 that are commonly used in bacon, and one of them does that. Anyway.
Yeah, let's go.
With how much?
Elite...
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, go on.
Oh, sorry. Well, I was just gonna say, to end that off, elite athletes don't need to eat mean, and they don't need to eat meat either. So that's it.
With how much water is wasted growing the extra demand for vegetables? Nah. Vegans consume 5 people's worth of vegetables every day because they can't stomach the idea of the food chain.
Sorry, source? What's the evidence for this?
5 people's worth.
Yeah. Like, how would that even work? Like, a general person, right? An average person eats about 2 kilograms of food altogether, right? Per day. So does that mean that a vegan eats 10 kilograms of food?
I mean, I feel guilty right now. I feel guilty because I do eat almost 4,000 calories every day. So I'm like, I definitely eat a lot more than other people. But I would eat a lot more regardless, right? Like, it would be like I would eat a lot more even if I would eat animal products. So that's,
Yeah. Well, what they mean by this, and I'm going to not really steal, man, because I think I'm like taking a piece at them, which is why we're here. What they mean by that is that carnists generally don't eat so little vegetables that, yes, an average vegan is going to eat 5 times than an average carnist. Yeah. Fair?
Sure. Fair.
Okay.
I'm definitely vegan because I hate the food chain.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's definitely why I'm vegan. I'm like, that food chain though, don't like it.
She needs to go down.
Needs to stop existing. It's so funny. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I apologize.
You are too America oriented. The vast majority of domestic animals in the world never go near crops. They only eat grass. Ooh. Even here in first world Australia, and Australia import a lot of meat into America. So it also goes for meat that Americans eat as well.
So I'm gonna try to steal man here. So what they mean by that is that, it's a little true, right? Australia has mostly grass-fed animals. Although I haven't seen the percentage, if somebody can look that up, of how many of America's animals are in feedlots. But I think they also export a lot of live animals, which means they grow them on grass for about, I don't know, like 9-10 months, or raise them on grass for about 9-10 months. And then they export them live, where America is gonna finish those poor animals on feedlots, and so would others as well. I think most of Australia's beef is exported anyways, or most of Australia's animals that are raised for beef are exported as well. So, but there is a bit of truth here, right? If I'm still manning, Australia mostly grass feeds, I think, the animals. But as we know, grass-fed also means that bales are created, so they're harvested, and then it's just like if this is like a crop deaths though kind of comment, then yeah, that misses the point, because how would you claim that cows stomping around on grass don't kill animals?
But
Would you make that claim? Or
no, that's true. It's just that isn't. Why do they always just refer to cows? Because only cows eat grass, right? Like chickens don't eat grass, pigs don't eat grass, or at least they don't, not as a primary food.
They
no.
just ignore that part.
Yeah. Well, the carnivores, they mostly eat beef, right? So this is a carnivore argument.
Oh.
Maybe this person is not a carnivore, but this is
Yeah. Their
this
argument is
was
just grass-fed
categorized.
beef, though. They say, oh, I kill less animals because I eat this regenerative grass-fed beef, you know, and it's like this concept.
Fairy tale animal, one animal a year. Yeah.
And this person thinks that United States imports a lot of meat from Australia. Like
They do.
They import meat from Australia, but not a lot. I mean, let's face it, America produces most of its meat locally, right? Locally on their land. And also, Australia exports a lot of meat into America. Australia doesn't import a lot of meat into America.
Details.
I don't even think that's true.
I don't think that's true either. I'm asking ChatGPT in a second.
But it's just this whole, the vast majority of domestic animals in the world never go near crops. That's not true.
No,
a
it's
huge amount of crops are grown to feed all the animals. Grass-fed is like it also is the hay and the silage and the alfalfa that is grown to feed them.
You know, Karana, when that's the thing about living in the Netherlands, you go outside and you see cows on a grass field and you think cows are only fed grass-fed. But then you go online and you read the fact that 40% of the diet is soy and corn. And if you calculate, even that's they're fed more calories than we would otherwise get from them. So, yeah.
Yeah, so the stats, if we can trust ChatGPT, question mark, is that Australia exports 60 to 75% of their beef production. I knew that was something like that. I don't know how many of that are live animals and how many of that are dead animals. So that would help, but we don't have that. And 29% of that go to America. So that's quite a lot. That's quite high.
Yeah, but how much is that in regards to US producing versus US importing?
Well, let me ask QPP how much.
Okay, so 15% of the total beef consumed in US has been imported. I don't know if from Australia specifically, but Australia, New Zealand.
I think it's usually from South America. Honestly, is where that's usually coming from.
The thing is that Australia, yes, they sell the animals really, really cheap. So a lot of places do import from Australia, even though it's like on the other side of the fucking world, and those animals are spending months on the boat.
Yeah, but this just kind of disproves the whole argument, doesn't it? Because while indeed Australia may import most of their meat into America, may export most of their meat into America, America, that is such a small portion of the consumption that America eats, that most likely you have the highest chance of all to consuming American meat, especially nowadays with, you know, the orange man in power.
Honestly, I don't even know what this specifically has to do with veganism. Like every time when people bring up these things, it's like, is this it's a crop deaths or potentially an environmental argument, which is weird though anyway. grass-fed animals live longer, so they have a higher methane and CO2 contribution. It's just, yeah.
Yeah, they're not exporting. Sorry, I'm still with ChatGPT here, but they're not exporting live animals to America. They're just exporting dead animals. So yeah. I don't know what to say.
I think Debug Your Brain did a really good series of, I think, 3 videos that went deep into crop deaths.
Crop deaths. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would recommend that everybody go watch that to kind of understand the minutia of everything that's involved in animal agriculture when it comes to those sorts of things.
Yeah, does he go into grass-fed though? I don't remember.
Yeah. It's kind of almost specific to the whole regenerative grass-fed concept, I think.
There you go, guys. After the stream, go run to Debug Your Brain channel and check that out.
I'm done with this. Get rid of it.
Okay.
Sorry.
What was that? I didn't check it out.
Oh, I said I'm done with this. Get rid of it.
Okay. Sorry, did you mean to skip that comment?
No. Go back.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It was the previous one.
So,
I'm confused.
Yeah, you vegans are pissing into the wind, trying to badger us into submission. I wish we could. If you don't want us eating meat, why don't you vegans all band together and collectively buy a dairy or meat farm and kill off all the livestock and have a farmer grow crops instead? Then do it again and again and keep going, keep doing it. Actually, the organizations are doing kind of the same thing, kind of exactly this, right?
But we don't kill off the animals.
Yeah, I know.
This makes me laugh so much.
Yeah.
Why don't you vegans just buy a bunch of farms? Well, I mean, we are making sanctuaries, but we don't want to kill the animal.
Yeah. But I learned of an organization today from Jason. Jason made me aware of this. It's called Transformation, something like that. It's an organization that works with farmers to help them transition from animal farming to crop farming. Crop for human consumption specifically, which is cool.
Where is that?
That I mean, a distinction. Sorry?
Where is that? Because I think it's specific to each country.
There's a few organizations that actually do that.
Yeah.
And they're helping them switch to making oat milk instead, or mushroom farming. All sorts of different things, or growing particular vegetables.
So it's called the Transformation Project, and I don't know. I would need to read the entire thing to know.
That's okay. I'm writing it down.
The Transformation Project, yeah.
I do agree with one thing from this comment. We are pissing into the wind. It's always.
So it seems U.S. and Canada. U.S. and Canada seems to be.
Okay.
That's good. That's good. Really good. Sorry, what do you agree with?
With the pissing into the wind metaphor, because I feel like we sometimes do have a very difficult time trying to convince people to do the right thing.
We should find a new way, Chip. We should, you and me should, and Karana, of course, because she's amazing at this. We should meet up and find a new way to cut to the chase really quickly, to separate the good eggs from the chaff.
Yeah, that I think it will be the solution. I'm starting to lean more and more towards this idea that we do need to reach the people who actually care. But the problem is, because what I did in my streams now, I changed I used to have tags that would target non-vegans or vegan anti-vegans. And now the tags that I use in my description are for tagging people who care about human rights, because I feel like people who care about human rights, maybe they're a little bit more open towards injustices and stuff like that.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Maybe I should do that as well.
Yeah, I thought it's a good idea, but the person I spoke to today, to that woman, God damn it, I hate that woman. I do think that she thinks of herself as as a human rights person. I also think she thinks of herself as an animal rights person. So the problem with human rights is that there are a lot of these people who think that I know what's right, I know what I'm doing, and they're just following the crowd. That's it. They don't really know why, or so that we reach the same issue. Because what we really want is the free thinkers. We want the people who can think for themselves and actually, make changes because they think it's the right thing to do, not necessarily. Yeah. So we need to target critical thinkers.
Yeah, maybe we can find a way to turn the critical thinking on in some people as well. Maybe we should think of that.
Well, the
I'm
podcast.
serious. I think we should meet up and think of strategies. I'm serious.
But the podcast that I follow, The Skeptic's Guide to the Universe, which is it's a critical
I
thinking.
follow them too.
Yeah, it's a critical thinking podcast. I sent them an email. So Karana, you follow them too. I sent Steve an email. Steve is one of the smart guys there. And I sent him an email, and I said that they're not talking enough about veganism. They talk so much about the environment, but never do they mention the fact that, and they even say that every single bit matters, and we as individuals should still do our part when it can, because this is a battle we'll win if everybody does their part also. And they almost never mentioned the diet, the diet aspect of the environment. And I literally emailed him about that. And I just got the shittiest email. Maybe at some point we should have a stream where we would laugh at the responses that they get. And he's a smart person. And I'm like, what the hell?
People turn so stupid. Like, I work with PhDs, literal fucking PhDs, and whenever like veganism comes up, smart people, I admire those people so much. But whenever veganism comes up, they become just like common trolls, for real. They just lose all of their smarts and just appeal to an ancestry and shit like that. It's so strange. We gotta find a way to like decondition them from this shit. There must be a way that you tell them one sentence and they're like, oh shit, yeah, I'm fucking up.
The magic word.
The magic word. There must be a magic word.
Waffle. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What were we talking about? Yeah, just instantly wake up.
I'm sorry, I don't know why I appeal to ancestry in the 21st century. Let's start the conversation over. That would be funny.
Today I had somebody...
I don't think...
Yeah, go on, sorry.
Oh, I was going to say, I don't think we've reached... I think it's called the Overton window of veganism yet.
What is that? Can you please explain? I don't know what that is.
It's the range of subjects and arguments politically acceptable to the mainstream population at a given time.
Yeah.
Okay.
We haven't reached the mass. That's why we didn't reach
the
window yet. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That means we still got things to.
That's why we need to concentrate on what Melanie Joy. I remember that conversation she had with Jack from Humane Hancock. She said you should lean into the low-hanging fruits. We should go for the low-hanging fruits and just veganize as many people as possible.
100%.
But how do you find them is the question. Yeah, go on.
I was going to say that today because I remember now that I was saying. Today I actually had a guy on the street who was making the Neil deGrasse Tyson take that. Neil deGrasse Tyson was saying that if we go to a planet where the plants are sentient, we're going to feel it's weird what we do to them. And I literally explained to him, I literally answered, yeah, so if the plants are sentient, we're not going to be eating the plants then, and we're eating the animals if they're not sentient. What do you mean? It's the same. Yeah, nonsense.
I think the point went over their head there. It is a lot of nonsense, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's cheap.
I healed a decades-long battle with IBS by going on a raw milk fast. For fuck's sake, you're stupid. So yeah, it absolutely is medicine for some of us. No. Do not consume raw milk. Whatever position you have ethically, whatever position you have with animals, you don't care about animals, whatever, do not consume raw milk. Don't be stupid, okay? Just don't be stupid. Just that's it. You're ruining it for everyone when you're consuming raw milk. The diseases, the viruses, no, don't consume raw milk.
I feel like consuming raw milk would cause horrible IBS on top of it.
But yes, of course, because of all the bacteria that would, wreak
havoc. Like if they got really, really, really fucking lucky, then no. And that's the crux of it, isn't it? People like go on like weird meme diets, like never even heard of somebody going on a raw milk fast, right? First of all, what a stupid idea. Then it's not a fucking fast, is it? Because you're actually consuming food, you're consuming calories. But people go on like these stupid meme diets and get lucky in some kind of way, and they're like,
They
"Yeah,
do.
this is the way. This is what I'm doing is right."
I haven't been sick yet. It's working for me. It's like, I don't know what you mean by working for you.
I love that you said yet. I haven't been sick yet.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
All right.
you just know that these people are probably, they started drinking raw milk, they shit their brains out for a day or two, and then they're like, it's gotta be over, it's empty, and they just continue on the raw milk, and at some point, you know, they're like, it's all normal or something to them, and they're like, they're not eating fiber, of course, because they're only eating raw milk. That's insane. And I think they did it for a day or two or something, and after a day or two of shitting, that they probably stopped drinking raw milk. And then they're like, okay, it's all good now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they stopped.
Sadly, vegans create awful footage to brainwash people.
Yeah, it's AI.
Yeah, the cows are paid actors.
Yeah. Vegans, no. It's actually this. Vegans actually buy cows and torture them on purpose for footage because they want people to stop eating
Stop
animal
doing
products.
that?
Why? Like, if it's not okay, the cows are getting tortured for those things, right? They get exploited and slaughtered and actually tortured, right? For this. If that's not true, if we invented that context, then why would we want everybody to stop eating animal products? Question mark.
What do they think happens in slaughterhouses then?
No,
They
yeah.
just like, they boop them on the nose and then they just like fall asleep. Like, I don't understand. Vegans are making all the slaughterhouse footage.
I really like what you just said, VPM. So if we invented this problem, why would we try to convince people like that? Like, why the hell would I get so annoyed on the street today?
What would be our motivation
Yeah.
is the question. What would be our motivation?
It's clout. Admit it. It's for clout. It's for clout. It's
Holy
for
fuck. That's why I'm asking people to subscribe to my channel right now.
I
Subscribe.
personally am drowning in partners right now because I'm vegan. I open up the dating apps and it's full of people going like, oh, you're vegan, awesome. I just want to talk to you. But, you know, yeah, it's for that. We get all that. And the money. I have so much money now as being vegan activist that I'm...
You're just Scrooge McDuck, just swimming around in coins.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do it for the moral high ground.
Oh,
That's what we're doing it for, remember?
Oh, yeah, that's a good
Right.
one.
Yeah. Somehow. By creating it and then saying stop doing it.
Karana, it's your turn.
Multiple any plant protein has only one or no amino acids, dumb rabbit. It's amazing how many idiots there are now. The human body is made to eat meat. Acidity of the human stomach is the third most acidic, only slightly behind a vulture and lion. Also, we have fucking, I don't know what they...
Probably canines. We have fucking canines, Karana.
We also have like fucking like canines and stuff. All mammals have canines though, so I don't know what that means. Anyway. Yeah.
Wait.
Just brain rot.
Any plant protein has only one or no amino acids. What? All plants have all the amino acids in.
But imagine, because if any plant would have only one amino acid, that would be actually incredibly valuable, right? Because you could theoretically just source each amino acid separately and you would have no issue. Like, that's insane. But the protein is made of amino acids and the bond between amino acids. So this person essentially thinks there's no bonds needed. It's just one amino acid.
No, acid isolation would be not even a problem. Like, you could... That would revolutionize the supplement and food industry if that was true.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, imagine glycine you wouldn't need glycine. All you would have to do is like eat a bunch of fruit or something. Because all you would need to do is eat like 3 groups of fruit per day, and you would get all the glycine you need, right? It's kind of weird. All
I
right.
mean, wait, I
You want me to go back?
yeah,
Okay,
it's
go.
amazing how many idiots there are now. Is that like a self-reflection thing?
No,
'Cause-
It's
probably not.
projection.
Yeah.
I just like how they call vegans dumb rabbits.
Can somebody explain to me the acidity thing? Like it's so like I just don't get, like I simply cannot possibly understand it because
Yeah, there is
It's-
yeah. Go on.
but it's clear that our body can digest plants. Why the hell does it matter what our stomach pH is?
There is a post on Reddit in a carnivore group. I should find that post again. It's funny as fuck. That actually like puts the acidity in stomachs of a bunch of animals in a row, and humans are somewhere around vultures. From that, they extrapolate that we are actually obligate carnivores. That's where it comes from.
But not the fact that we
Wow.
can move our jaws horizontally, which carnivores cannot. Not the fact that we can see colors, which carnivores cannot. All of the rest doesn't really matter. It's this specific one.
Frankly, all of that, in my opinion, is bullshit. None of this matters in the 21st century. Even if we all were obligate carnivores, I'm sure vegans would have found a solution on how not to die on a plant-based diet. That would be possible. So it doesn't matter. So going into this minutia and starting to get, well, our stomach acid is like this. Okay, so we are probably would find, there are, by the way, under the human, I'm pretty sure there is like a herbivore with the same stomach acidity. I'm pretty fucking sure. I should find that Reddit post. It was so funny and so like delusional. Like the fact that our jaws are moving around, we could probably find a carnivore in nature that the jaws moving back and forth like that, right? And not just like that. So none of this matters. It all deals in generalities and biases, right? We kind of like, when we deal with this situation, we kind of exclude all the examples of herbivores and carnivores not having those traits.
They just ignore the concept of opportunistic omnivore being, it's a descriptive trait, not a prescriptive trait. It doesn't mean that we have to have or eat these particular things. It just means that we can. And we can demonstrate via science that we can survive and thrive on a fully plant-based diet.
Yeah, that's why every like conversation about like nature though, and like what species can do what, it just annoys the fuck out of me. 21st century, guys. I eat my food from plastic trays. You do as well. Like, fuck off.
But my stomach acidity, though, demands that I eat deer from the forest.
But
I guess.
isn't stomach acidity also for protecting against certain pathogens? So maybe this person thinks that they can now consume raw milk or raw meat because of their stomach acidity.
They do, though. That's the thing. They use this as a reason to think that they should do that. Yes.
Cheap, the mistake was saying maybe this person thinks.
Oh,
Just
okay.
stop there.
You know, by the way, somebody in my comments, Pia says, I heard someone worrying about B13.
No worries, no worries.
Yeah,
All right, let's continue.
let's continue. Yeah.
Cheap.
Exactly. Just don't have the marshmallows. Not everyone needs to be not everything needs to be substituted. So you agree? Oh my God, this is
This is the only one that I didn't censor. And I didn't censor it
Brilliant.
on purpose.
Yeah, true.
So you agree that just because something is vegan doesn't mean it's always good for animals? Well done. You just agreed with my entire video and thesis.
How so?
I'm trying to
Let
understand.
me reread this. Just don't have the marshmallows. Not everything needs to be substituted. And from that, the genius concluded that something, just because something is vegan doesn't mean it's always good for animals.
Oh, so
How,
if
you fucking genius.
so, I think what Ali Tabrizi read from that was this person said just don't have marshmallows. You know, if you're having difficulty finding vegan marshmallows, just don't have them. But what Ali Tabrizi understood from this is that, well, I can't find vegan marshmallows. So you agree that vegan marshmallows, they're not always good for animals. I think that's what he understood, because that was part of his video also, that vegan marshmallows are also not good for animals.
I mean, you could just make that claim about absolutely anything whatsoever.
But
They're bad because he had to drive so far to go get them. And so the use of the resources it took to go find that specific vegan product was more detrimental.
Me and Chip reacted to that video together. But I just don't see how those two follow. I don't
These
see
two
the
things,
connection.
yeah.
There's a lot of reading into things on
I
the side
know.
of Ali, I think.
I'm trying to reread it and trying to understand what he's saying. So you agree that just because something is vegan doesn't mean it's always good for animals?
I mean,
Did
it's
any-
better for animals than being made out of animal parts. That's like the
But-
whole point of veganism, is the direct exploitation, not, you know, the amount of gas you use to go find a vegan product.
Hold on, guys. This isn't even the main point of his video. The main point of his video was that sometimes substituting vegan products with non-vegan products is more vegan. So his understanding here, just because something is vegan doesn't mean it's always good for the animals, doesn't give us that comparison. It just tells simpliciter that some vegan products are not good for the animals. I might even fucking agree. That doesn't mean that his video was correct or that his conclusion was correct, because the animal product will always be worse for the animals. Always.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
just trophic levels. That's just how it works.
Because it's made out of their bodies and they have to be used in order for that product to exist. Like, you can make better environmentally friendly or something to do with like
I
vegan
even meant
marshmallows.
on the utilitarian position of counting the number of animals who suffered and died for this. The animal product is always going to be worse. Even
Yes.
then, sorry.
Yeah, the gelatin in those animal-based marshmallows are going to be worse for animals than the Dandies company making vegan marshmallows.
You guys are just not vegan enough to understand it. He was
Yeah.
clearly
Oh,
more vegan
okay.
than all of
I'm
us.
so sorry.
Yeah.
What the fuck was I thinking?
Yeah, I mean, he clearly operates on a vegan level, chess for the thing.
Just beyond everything.
Yeah, he's like how Trump is chess for the, he is that for veganism.
Right. He's playing chess and we're playing checkers or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're playing pebbles, guys. We're playing pebbles. All right. You want to know the crazy part? Eating beef tallow prevents almost all liver damage from drinking alcohol.
God damn it. God damn it. Who
I knew this
invents
would hurt
these
you.
things? Who invents these things? Who on earth, like, is it that we getting a, like, I don't get, like, are farmers just going in and I'm like, oh, I'm going to say something stupid today. If you eat this product, your brain will grow by 5%. It's factual. What the hell is this?
I think they're correct. Listen. I'm going to try to stillman this position. So if you eat beef tallow, your liver is going to become more fatty, but it's going to be non-alcoholic fatty liver disease and not alcoholic fatty liver disease.
Okay. Oh, so you
Wow.
get the liver disease from the other part. But you know, is it true? Maybe VPN tell me if it's true. There was a saying when I was young and drinking and stupid, that if you eat fat before you drink, it hinders the absorption of alcohol. So therefore, otherwise, obviously, a little bit better for the liver.
It doesn't really hinder it, though. It slows it down, doesn't it?
That's what it does. I thought that's what it is. After when I thought this as a nutritionist, I thought the same, because fat, that's what fat does. It kind of slows down everything, because it's just high in calories, right? It takes a while to break it down.
You're still drinking the same amount of fucking alcohol, don't you?
Just make people drink beef tallow instead of alcohol. That's the solution.
Hey, hold on. I'm looking into my alcoholistic years. So you eat fatty food so that you could consume more alcohol, is how that works. And not get drunk. So actually, when you eat fatty food, you consume more alcohol, creating more damage to your liver. So
Yeah.
that doesn't work.
But I think that's what they're saying, right? Because eating beef tallow prevents, that's what they're saying, right? So essentially they have this mentality that if you eat beef tallow, you won't have liver damage from drinking alcohol. Because, as you said, I think it's what you said, VPM, that at the end of the day, they'll just have liver damage from the beef tallow.
From the other thing instead.
Yeah.
I want to ask ChatGPT, if someone makes the claim that eating beef tallow prevents damage to the liver from drinking alcohol, how could they reach that position, right? How could they
Yeah,
reach?
what's the mechanism of action happening here?
The mechanism is gibberish. Drawing on animal studies on niche biochemistry, PUFAs and alcohol's more oxidative stress and inflammation. Saturated fats is more chemically stable, so supposedly produce less liver-damaging lipid peroxides when combined with alcohol. Well, we know mechanisms are usually bullshit and just like completely devoid, like destroyed by actual human studies. Number 2 is appealing to ancestral or carnivore diet logic. That could be it. Like humans evolved eating animal fats, not seed oils. Why is he talking to us about seed oils and not alcohol? I don't know.
Because
beef
of
tallow is
PUFA.
natural and supposedly anti-inflammatory. Sorry?
Because of the PUFA, polyunsaturated fatty acids.
Yeah, but I didn't ask about PUFA. I don't know why.
No,
it's
but
hedging it.
I think what the study says that polyunsaturated fatty acids and alcohol are worse than beef tallow and alcohol.
Yeah. Third reason that might be misstating that tallow protects the liver rather than causing less damage than other fats. I don't even know if you can make that claim. Ignoring that alcohol is hepatotoxic, true, regardless of fat type, and equating correlation with causation.
Yeah.
There you go.
So that's what it is. It's studies in animal studies. Diets high in saturated fat can prevent or reduce liver disease compared to diets in unsaturated fat. So alcoholic liver disease compared to diets in high unsaturated fat. So at the end of the day, it's a comparison between saturated fat and alcohol versus unsaturated fat and alcohol in animals.
How are we doing on time? It's been 2 hours. Are you still okay?
I'm surviving. I might need more tea though, so I'm gonna BRB.
Yeah. You want to take a break?
Yeah.
And maybe we can come closer to finishing at this point, Chief.
Yeah, I'm
What do you
very,
think?
yeah, sure. I just want to reiterate for everybody in the chat, we want to get VPM to 1K, and they're very close. So if you're not already, there's a pinned comment. If you're not already subscribed to VPM, subscribe. As you see, VPM is very intelligent and has great arguments and is not biased. So, I mean, I say that as myself. VPM will then say, well, I'm sometimes biased, but not
Yeah,
really.
true. I am.
We're all sometimes biased. Get over it.
I can't get over my humanity, Chief.
Yeah, but you know what? I think you have that same thing that I do also, but I'm working on it, where you're way stricter with yourself than you are with others, right? Because if you've met somebody who's as let's face it, as scientifically accurate as you would you wouldn't be like, oh yeah, you need to do better, man. You need to do better.
Here's the thing, though, Chip. I'm scientifically accurate on the surface. I can't go deep into stuff because I just want to know as many things as possible in the sphere of veganism. So I don't go deep into anything. And that's why I think calling me like scientifically accurate is just me most of the time just having like a pretty good epistemology that I learned from other people and regurgitating other people's positions whose epistemology I appreciate. So I wouldn't call myself smart for that reason. I'm just like, I worked on my epistemology and now I know how to regurgitate some stuff.
Interesting. I'm exactly the opposite. I go into each thing to understand it and then move to the next.
I just realized I love doing that. I just realized I don't have the time for that. I need to know as many things as possible to debunk as many people as possible.
Do you think, by the way, there's anything wrong with saying I don't know something when you meet somebody?
No, absolutely.
During outreach, maybe also?
No, that's so no position. I had a debate on Wednesday with after doing the Discord outreach. I had a debate with some boy called Marcus, and he asked me something. And I was like, I never looked into this. I don't know. So
Fair
I think
enough.
that's important.
Yeah. I agree with you on that one. Let's see what the people are saying. Isn't the entire foundation of human knowledge built on sharing of information? Everyone has learned from everyone else. Does that make them not smart?
Yeah, but that's not what I meant. I meant there are some things that I don't know as a deep knowledge. I just know them incredibly superficially. I'm regurgitating stuff. But I'm like, I have a good enough epistemology to know which stuff to regurgitate and which stuff would be a bad idea to regurgitate. That's kind of my smarts, I think, is in the fact that I know the difference between a good argument and a bad argument, a good evidence and a bad evidence. But then I don't go deep into like most of the stuff on my site. I didn't read past I read the methodology and I read the abstract, and that's about it.
That's already very good. If you read the methodology, it's already very good.
Yeah, just to see there is no gibberish there.
Yeah, I do that.
Because there is sometimes. It's not even gibberish. Sometimes it's just, okay, this thing, hi, Karana, this thing wasn't supposed to teach this conclusion, right? Sometimes they're just like, the methodology doesn't, the conclusion doesn't follow from methodology. It's not in my opinion, it's not necessarily yeah, let's just continue.
So do we want to go for maybe like 15 minutes or 30 minutes? What do we want to end?
I think it's
Totally up to you.
20-ish.
20-ish
and then
minutes.
We're gonna give Chip like on his lonesome to finish off the stream because he takes a really, really long time to finish the stream. So we're gonna abandon him before that because we're gonna say goodbye and there we're done. But Chip is gonna go for another 10-15 minutes.
I was gonna make a bad joke. That's the opposite of
Chip,
how I am.
Chip is that guy. Chip
nice.
is that guy at a party that has to personally say goodbye to every single individual that's at the party.
It's so difficult. It's so difficult. But yes, I am that person. It's so difficult. I'm learning to not be that person anymore. Yeah.
It's okay. There's nothing wrong with being that person.
Goodbye and walk away.
I'm learning, but I feel bad sometimes when I do it. I'm learning to no longer feel bad. I'm desensitizing.
You just have to yell into the room, goodbye, and then you leave.
Right, let's continue. But being vegan isn't exactly healthy. Don't get me wrong. The guy in the video is dead wrong about plants. But a vegan diet isn't the most health. It's better than eating processed junk. But many vegans get iron and B12 deficiencies because of the lack of meat in their diet. How did people get to the iron deficiency thing?
I guess because they believe that red meat has iron and you're not eating red meat. I think that's the deficiency. That's the problem, isn't it? Like when people think of meat, they almost always think of red meat. So it's that's their whole deal, I guess.
Like I actually lost anemia when going vegan. I don't know where people get this from.
They have a concept of there's only iron in red meat.
Do you know how much iron there is in fucking bread?
They don't think there's any like they don't think that there's so many nutrients in plant-based foods. Like they don't understand it. Even with the protein thing, they think that bread is only carbs, that there's zero protein in there. They don't understand. That's all.
I'm no.
Vegan diet isn't the most healthy. That's true, actually. The most healthy diet so far is the Mediterranean diet, isn't it?
No, that's actually there was a recent I think meta-analysis of the Mediterranean diet that showed that it's just
It's just the
correlation.
plant in it, isn't it?
It's just a
Yeah.
correlation. It's not actually the causation. It's not that the
Oh,
Mediterranean.
because people who are on a Mediterranean diet, they're just like
Exactly.
exercise more and all that shit.
Yeah, it's exactly the same as the what was it? Because there's now there's that diet that is made by
Dash.
Hmm?
The dash diet.
No, so there's what do you call the people where people live the longest? There's a thing where people live the longest.
Centenarians or
Yeah.
the blue zones.
Yeah, the blue zones. Yeah, so there's a thing called the blue zones diet also. So in the Mediterranean diet is the same as the blue zone diet. It's not inherently healthy. It's not like they eat a lot of unhealthy shit also. So
Can you send me that study?
sure, I'll try to find it. I actually heard about it on the Skeptic's Guide to the Universe. So there you go. But VPM, how are you not listening to the SGU, to the Skeptic's Guide to the
I
Universe?
wrote it down. I will. I wrote it down.
I feel you'll enjoy it. They literally discuss new studies that appear every single week. That's the whole podcast.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do they have like any kind of credentials to read those studies, or?
So one of them is a neuroscientist, neurologist. He's a smart guy. I personally love Cara Santa Maria. Oh God, I love her. She's so awesome. She's so smart. Yeah, and she's like a science communicator and stuff. I think you might have seen her.
Science communicators, I love. We need more science communicators in the vegan community.
I think they're all pretty much science
sure.
communicators, if you ask me. But these two are actually very smart. Cara is incredibly smart. I think if we can get to have a conversation with Cara, it might get her to go vegan. I think she's that type of person.
Arrange it, Chip.
I can't. She's been on TV and stuff. She's one of those people.
So what? Gary Yurovsky also have been on TV, and he's coming to my tiny channel in a month.
Yeah, but
so what? She might say yes. She might say yes.
Okay, I'll text. Let me write it down to text Cara.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, Chip.
Yeah. But I'm just.
It's a good one, Karana.
Just try it.
It's Cara. Okay, let's go.
Do it anyways. If you feel shy about it, I'll debate her.
No. I don't feel shy. No, I like her a lot. I'm a big fan and stuff, and so I'll text her. But it's not about that. I just don't think she'll be interested. She's a very busy person. But I'll try.
In a very specific. I don't know. When you write the email, be strategic about it. Is what I'm asking.
I'll talk to you before sending.
Karana, you want to read this out?
That looks so sad, to be honest. But hey, as long as you don't force your diet upon us, it's fine. Go ahead, est your leaves and grass. Eat your leaves and grass, vegans. Get your daily quota.
I'm guessing.
So the thing that looks so sad is food, isn't it?
I was gonna say.
Yeah, it's literally a vegan recipe. These are the comments people will leave on not even just vegan recipes, but even non-vegans creating plant-based recipes. People get really upset by plants online in general.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, this just seems like one of those, I want to believe it to be sad, so I would say it is sad. It's not actually sad. Probably the food looks amazing, because usually all of the vegan food that I've seen in reels, it's all like so freaking delicious. I have so many of these saved, and I haven't tried almost any of them. I'm that type of person who saves all of them, and I'm like, at some point I'll use them. At some point, you never know when I'll need them. But yeah, I'm sure that's just bullshit. I mean, what I see in there from the background, it just looks like some pastry or maybe a cookie or something.
A plant-based hot pocket or something.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
that. That's kind of what it looks
that
like.
looks like, yeah. Like maybe
What do
like
you-
a McDonald's apple pie,
Yeah, there you go.
which is vegan anyways, right?
It is. I know.
It is?
It
Yeah.
is.
God, whoa, I missed that
And
one.
it's fantastic. It's like crack in it.
What about
Alright.
this thing of forcing your diet upon us?
I mean, I regularly force
I wish I
people on the
could.
street.
I wish I fucking could push a button and force everybody to be plant-based.
I think I would do the same thing. Yeah, if that were possible somehow.
But they also like conflating veganism with the diet, which is like a tired thing at this point. I'm like,
Do you think there is
Green.
something there to start a conversation with asking people, do you think we should force people to respect, I don't know, I always go with women because I feel like they just got rights in society. Do you think that there's something to start with that, and most people will be like, yeah, we should not allow people to disrespect them? Then be like, okay, how
in
about
Amsterdam, maybe this would be a bit dangerous in the Discord outreach.
yeah,
How
fair
dare you
enough.
compare animals to humans, Chip? How dare you?
I mean, like in Discord outreach, you just find yourself doing feminist activism.
Yeah, I mean, today I had to discuss abortion in my on one of the conversations at the end, and it's I like discussing it. It's just some people, man. I swear to God, it's always the people who have an issue with abortion. It's always the men, which is so disgusting. But whatever.
One.
Let's move on.
Avocado farming kills 10,000 squirrels each year. We are not feeding avocados to any animals.
Why?
10,000.
And why squirrels? Do they actually kill squirrels?
What is happening on these farms and the squirrels?
No idea. Do squirrels like enjoy avocados overly and they steal a lot of avocados? What the fuck is going on there? Why would somebody steal squirrels? Those squirrels eat nuts. Why
Yeah.
would there be like squirrels on avocado farms?
I just thought this was really funny. Just 10,000 a year. I'd never heard of this claim before. That's why I thought it was really interesting.
Also,
usually
it's, like,
bees.
it's a tiny number as well, right? If avocado farming, all of it,
Worldwide,
the entire
yeah.
sector kills only 10,000 squirrels a year. Motherfucker, do you know how many animals are killed in animal agriculture? It's fucking trillions. So that's a tiny fucking number.
Evil Stephen said something good. The avocados fall on their heads.
Oh.
And they're just wandering around.
So it's accidental.
Yeah, exactly.
Incidental squirrel deaths.
Is that for real though? The comment. The
I don't
avocados
think
fall on their heads, evil?
I don't think that's real. I think that's just like
Or are you joking?
yeah, I think it's a
I just
joke.
want to know because from a comment, it's hard to know if somebody's sounds like sarcasm, but I don't know. I'm
This
watching
is just-
yeah. Go on.
This is just weird too. Do they think that vegans are suggesting or recommending that we replace animal products with just avocados?
No,
And then
but
they're
the
saying
thing,
that
I
that's
think-
exponentially worse?
No, I think the second one is that I think it's like in a crop deaths kind of circle because they're saying we are not feeding avocados to any animals. So they're saying like avocados are not part of the crop deaths for animals.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still just very lost.
Wait,
And you guys don't understand carnists, do you?
but why did they say at the end we are not feeding avocados to any animals?
Because I think before that, a vegan told them, do you know how many plants
Ah.
we're feeding to animals? Yeah. So it's
Oh.
crop deaths, though.
But wait, doesn't this defeat the purpose? Because I feel like if this person says avocado farming kills 10,000 squirrels, doesn't that mean that the squirrels are going for the avocados? So avocados could be feeding squirrels?
I feel like you're reading way too much into
Yeah,
this.
way too much. By the way, I think Evil says that it's for real. It wasn't sarcasm.
Oh. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
I don't. Are the avocados falling on their head? What?
I gotta Google it. I can't.
Now we're all like, yeah, okay, we gotta look this up.
Are squirrels?
What the actual fuck?
ChatGPT is like, what?
And by the way, that wouldn't be killing them, right? That would be like accidental death.
Doesn't matter.
It's like
They're all
saying
still dying anyway.
it's like saying the river kills 10 people a year or something like that. Okay.
No, it's sarcasm. It's not. No.
Oh, it's sarcasm. Okay.
No, so they are not typically
They're very
killed by avocados falling on them. Squirrels are known to eat avocados, but it is the person in the skin and pit that is toxic to many animals, including squirrels. So it's toxic to them.
So most other animals aren't eating avocados necessarily anyway. Okay.
Like guys, I as I said, I kind of do most of the time boycott avocados. I only buy them or get them for free once they're like on their way to the bin or something like that, because of the water use and because of the, it's rational, but because of the bee use as well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just feel like it's so many calories for not that much thing.
Same. But also it's like, it's one of those things, right? I wouldn't recommend like vegans to not eat avocados or stuff. We just need to like rehabilitate this industry and not abandon it, right?
Fair enough.
We might need to abandon almonds, the almonds that most people like though. So, and I don't have a problem with that. It's the worst nut anyways, in my opinion. It's the worst milk as well. It's only the non-vegans that drink almond milk.
It's the worst milk. It's true.
I do like almonds, how they taste though.
Marzipan, water, ugh. I do like it, yeah. I do like how they taste, but it's not the best nut.
No, I don't. I only buy walnuts and cashews myself. That's my fat source mostly. But yeah.
Right.
Maybe she did. Just because you don't eat it doesn't mean others won't. Also, even if she didn't eat it, there is no issue. She killed it for a purpose. And for squirrels specifically, it's not an issue if you kill it regardless, because it's a pest like rats or moles. I feel like, the exercise in all of this is trying to understand the context.
Okay, I have the context. So Lifting Vegan Logic just did a video on Instagram where he's responding to a young woman who killed a squirrel
Made her eat
and taxidermied the squirrel into a cup cozy. Yeah, just let that sink in for a minute.
Into a cup cozy? What's that?
I think it was a bottle cozy. So cozy is something like that, like it prevents the generation of heat of your hand from heating the bottle. Like if I'm holding a bottle like this, the heat from my hand transfers to the water. A cozy is something between them that keeps the water cool.
Okay, makes sense now to me. Okay, so this person says that there is no issue. She killed it for a purpose, and for squirrels specifically, it's not an issue. So squirrels don't have an issue being killed?
Yeah. Because that pest.
Yeah, if I just put someone in a category and then say that category is bad, then we can just kill everyone.
I see rats and moles, so this person does not have an issue with crop deaths probably because they're pests like rats and moles and squirrels.
Yeah.
I've never really seen squirrels be categorized as pests before. To most people, anyway. Perhaps I'm wrong in certain circles, but I just thought this was interesting.
That like I think, is it in the UK that a certain squirrel like displaced a certain other squirrel or whatever? So I have seen that.
There is no issue. She killed it for a purpose. God damn, I hate this so much. This always annoys me. Oh, is killing bad? Yes. But what if I give a purpose to the killing? Then it's good. That's it. Morality solved.
Yeah, I need to kill the human to make a human skin lamp. Therefore, it's fine.
Morality solved.
Morality
It
solved.
puts a lotion on its skin.
That's,
Oh, it gets the hose again.
Mm-hmm.
Let's continue.
let's go.
Karana, the long ones are yours.
LOL, I was a vegan for 5 years and then I had kidney stones from way too much spinach. And the first thing I had when I got out of the hospital was a Culver's chicken sandwich. And I was like, oh my God, what have I been doing? What if I go to Chili's? I'm always gonna have a black bean burger. And if you catch me at a Red Robin, give me a quinoa burger. That should slaps.
I don't know what was said here. It's just a bunch of words for me.
Wait, so
Okay. Oh, I just wanted to, the very first part, kidney stones from way too much spinach. They're all the oxalates, they're just so full. Then they got insane kidney stones, apparently.
I mean, that can happen if you're prone to it, right? Yeah, it's
How much spinach are they eating? That's what I want
If
to
you
know.
make a spinach smoothie, if you like throw the entire bag every single day, something like
They
that.
should not be doing that. That's not a veganism problem. That's just like a skill issue.
Yeah.
By the way, Karana,
Don't do
Benji
that.
says, I want an audiobook with that voice.
Same.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
But
I think I'm falling asleep, frankly. So
Sure. I just fail to understand what the point is all of this, because it says I got out of the hospital, got a Culver chicken sandwich, and then I go
then
to
they returned to
Chile.
eating black bean burgers and quinoa burgers. Fuck knows what happened here. Some brain rot got to this person.
People always there's a lot of ex-vegans in Discord, in Instagram, in Reddit. The world is just full of ex-vegans who were vegan for 5 years and then suddenly had one health issue and then went to Chili's. And their problems were solved by eating a Culver's chicken sandwich.
Is Culver's like it's like a restaurant in the US? I don't know what Culver's is.
I don't know.
Okay.
I would have to ask an American.
Culver's
I don't have those.
chicken.
I love how that's the first thing they did when they got out of the hospital from their kidney stones, apparently.
It just looks like a typical chicken burger thing, with that schnitzel like patty. I think you can easily make that plant-based. You wouldn't even have issues.
Yeah.
Okay, I see VPM's yawning and it makes me yawn too.
I'm sorry, I can't.
No, you guys
I'm
gotta go to
getting
bed.
into a routine here
Yeah.
of yawning.
You can
Okay.
end it here.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think we should.
Yeah, we should. Everybody, before we let's I pinned a comment. Virtuous postmortem. Virtue postmortem. I'm sorry. I'm just tired. Virtue postmortem needs to get to 1,000. If you're not following them, although I'm sure a lot of you are already, please follow them. Karana is awesome. Karana, do you want to share some things where people can find you?
I don't want anyone to find me ever.
Are you sure? No street number, no nothing?
No, definitely not that.
All right. Thank you guys. This was really fun. There was much. Karana, I appreciate everything you did for us here. That was really cool.
Yeah, it's awesome that you kept all these comments and you know also the context of some of them. That's pretty good. Yeah, everybody.
Yeah, I feel like the internet is filling up with anti-vegan brain rot, so I like to share it where possible.
Karana, you gotta make a YouTube channel. People want to know where your YouTube channel is, so you gotta make a YouTube channel.
Oh, I don't have the capacity for that, honestly.
Okay.
You could do something like pretty easy, like reading out books for real. If you read books anyways, just record yourself and put it online, and people are gonna fetishize your voice.
Oh, okay. I mean, I can do that.
Yeah. And maybe like put some vegan propaganda in there.
I'm sorry.
You know what I mean?
Did everybody hear? I just opened Axel's stream also now to also put it.
No, nobody
afterwards.
heard. No worries.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, Axel is still fucking streaming. Holy shit.
Yeah,
He's
Axel was
reacting
streaming for
to
24 hours. Yeah.
something. Yeah. Holy fuck. All right, guys, for real, I'm gonna grab some food one last time for today, and then I'm gonna just chill for a bit. Karana, thank you very much. Chip, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wait, I'll say goodbye to everybody. It takes me a long time to say goodbye, as we all know.
Bye.
everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Okay, everyone. So it takes me a while to say goodbye to everybody, but you know, I see Sky is here. Oh my God, Sky, you're doing such a great job, man, these days. I saw you. You're increasing the numbers. You're educating people. That's really cool. We do need a lot of these Trump supporters to be educated, sadly. Hey, everyone, thank you for being here. I am trying to make more of these streams for us only, where we, you know, chill a little bit. Today was with Karana and VPM. I do want to do one with Sky also. Sky has never been on my channel yet, and I feel like I really want to do one with Sky. It's we're gonna have some fun, and we should be reacting to some stuff. Yeah, Sky says, I'm just ranting about critical thinking and questioning authority. Thanks, dude. I mean, I think you're doing great. I always thought your show is awesome. Yeah, so everybody, you know, I'll be back on Sunday again doing some outreach. I was thinking tomorrow, let's see how I feel, because today was today was as a day for me. I got really heated. So I'll see if I might just take a day break and you know, relax a little bit. But if I don't, I still really want to do some outreach on TikTok. I managed to find a way to stream it on YouTube also, so you guys don't have to switch to TikTok. But yeah, that's it. Nothing much. I'll probably just have a day off, as Martin says. It's just the problem when I have a day off, it's like I don't know what to do, and I start working on other stuff anyway, and that's how I am. I'm a person who needs to work, but maybe I need to learn to also take breaks a little bit more. So I'll try to do that. Yeah. I forgot what I was gonna say, but that's okay. I'm sorry. It's been a little bit. I've been a little bit tired. I'll just say this, everybody. If you're looking for the next vegan channel to go to, Axel, I posted the link right now in the chat. Axel is doing a 24-hour stream. I might go to Discord now soon. Yeah, that's true. Don't knows me. Don't knows I go on Discord also. Get some hobbies, I guess, to fill the time during a break. Yeah, I do have hobbies. It's just that I'm one of those people who has difficulty picking up those hobbies. You know, I'm like, should I start them? I always enjoy when I do them. But yeah, we'll see. On Sunday, we'll definitely be back again. And tomorrow, I have to be at home anyway because, yeah. Sky says, learn an instrument. You know, Sky, I actually had a piano right here. And I gave it away because I thought it was occupying too much space. It was kind of spacious, I won't say no. And I do know how to play the piano, okay-ish. I miss playing the piano. I have a ukulele. Now. But I miss playing the piano. Yeah, I miss that so much. I have some songs that just warm my heart when I play them, because I feel like when you play an instrument, it's just so different. It just makes everything. You play it at the right rhythm for you. You kind of feel it how you play it. It's nice. I'm not that good, but I still enjoy myself. All hobbies start out as simple curiosity. Make no commitments. Just figure out what you'd like to do again in the future. It's a good one. What are your hobbies, by the way? Macom or everybody? Suggest me some cool hobbies. Maybe I'll look into them. Sky suggested an instrument. Learn the vuvuzela. Oh, I wish I could. I just don't have space in my house for any of that. I have too much free time, so I'm going back to sing in my band. Evil Stefan being part of a band. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Band people are cool. Learn digital art. Yeah, so Linda, the problem with digital art for me is that I actually do work a lot on digitally, you know, in like Figma and stuff. I do a art thing-ish. So I always just end up in the same place where I'm like creating interfaces or something. YouTube says sing in the shower. That I love. Sing in the shower. Rollerblading or live streaming at slaughterhouses. Dude, live streaming at slaughterhouses feels like a much more difficult thing than being on the street. I'll give you that. Martin, my kind of person, sleep. That's a good hobby. I like it. My hobby is timing out morons on YouTube. Okay. I know you like that, Benji. Benji, I appreciate you. One of my main hobbies right now is bowling. Oh, god damn it, I love bowling. That's such a good one. Found it to be very fun, and you have the freedom to either focus on your own progress or engage in a bit of competitive spirit. Brawlers are friendly. You know what? On top of the gym where I go to, there is a bowling alley. Actually, it's not on top, but it's close by. Maybe I should try bowling. Can you play bowling alone? Is that a thing, or is that, I don't know, is that a thing? Can you do it? Or live streaming at slaughterhouses while rollerblading. Yeah. Linda says I'm driving right now. Linda, focus on the road, Linda. Don't look at us over here. Rollerblading through the slaughterhouses while streaming. I feel like we're gonna get into some harder stuff with rollerblading and slaughterhouses. Sky's channel is very satisfying in that aspect. Timing out morons. Okay, I appreciate that. It's true. Interesting idea. Maybe next Friday, says David. I'm looking forward to David rollerblading. Harder to catch a rollerblader. Actually, that's a good point, isn't it? But I don't think you have the terrain to do that. You can play bowling alone, definitely. Yeah, everybody says you can play bowling alone. Drawing, not driving. Oh, you're drawing. Oh, that's so cool, Linda. Oh, Linda, I actually, you know, there was a friend's birthday, I think a month ago. Actually, a vegan friend, and we celebrated their birthday at my house. And we did this thing where we had a canvas. We put a canvas on the table, and we each started drawing, well, with like, with a pencil, not pencil, like a brush and acrylic. And we started painting on each of our corners. And then we did this thing where we switched the corners around so that everybody creates something from them. I really sucked at it. I'm really not good at drawing. But this is something that I would like to learn. So maybe that's something I should pick up. There's a store somewhere in my area where they have drawing instruments. It's just got to be careful, right? Because that's why I've been avoiding it. It's because the brushes, sometimes they're made of the horse tails, right? Horsetail hair. I'm not sure about it, but yeah. I like that idea, Tone. I got thrown out of a slaughterhouse when Jamie Logan came down. Oh, wow. Really, dude? Oh, you're a badass, man. Drawing while driving. Yeah, that's what Linda's doing. She's drawing while driving. God damn it, I love it when you guys do this. I play guitar, but I should pick it up again. Plenty of songs waiting to finish. Ah, that's so cool, Erin. I kind of like the guitar also. The only thing I don't like about the guitar, I don't like the fact that the strings are so hard. It's just, I enjoy it. I enjoy the mental exercise of teaching your hands to move from one place to another. The sound is amazing. Acoustic guitars just sound blissful to me. But it's that pain in that fingers just makes me not want to pick it up. But yeah, I appreciate that. One time I had drawn an artwork in a moving car. Very difficult. I was not driving. Oh, that's very impressive still. Lady Baltimore, Twinkle Toes of Marydale say hello. Hello. Rent a motorbike for the day. Go explore. Keep yourself cool. Yeah, tomorrow's going to be very hot, and I have to be inside because I have 2 packages coming or something. I don't know. It's all about fun, not being the best. Yeah, I think I might try that. I might try to just have some fun. Make a time machine to beat Draculum. I mean, Martin, even if I do, Draculum's time machine is definitely better. I tried. From what I saw, most brushes are made of plastic hair. Okay, that's good. You get used to it. Practice is key. You know, I thought the same, and I practiced for a long time, to the point where I actually learned almost all the chords, and I practiced and actually knew a couple of songs. I don't know them that well anymore, but I still never got used to that pain. The pain is only in the beginning. Everybody says that. For some reason, for me, it just never... Maybe I was just too focused on it. Maybe I'm just more sensitive in the tip of my fingers or something. Oh, actually, you know what? I think I know what it is. I had this issue in my fingers. Now that I talk about it, I realize it. In the gym, you know, you have these clickers in the gym when you hook something. And I noticed, I realized that as I was doing for like 6 months, I kept getting these insane cuts in my fingers. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? Why am I having these insane cuts on my fingers? And it was because of the thing at the gym, how I was lifting that up. I was lifting it in a way that I was cutting in my gym. So that's probably why my fingers were hurting with the guitar also. So I might need to look into a guitar. I started with the ukulele. I actually have a ukulele, so maybe that's a good one, yeah. The ukulele doesn't sound as good as the guitar, though. I've been in a band for 12 years and I can't play a single instrument. You'll get calluses for guitar. Okay, yeah. The weather in Berlin is so bad. It's raining 4 times per day since Monday. Benji, don't complain. It's better than 27 degrees that we're going to have here. Yeah, carabiners. Yeah, those are the ones. Your guitar strings may need adjusted. I actually had a friend who plays the guitar pretty well, and he helped me get some softer ones, some beginner ones. You can adjust the strings to be closer to the fretboard. Yeah, if you play every day, it only takes a few weeks, then the pain is gone. No, it's not, says Ben. Yes, it is, Ben. Anyway, everyone, that's it. I appreciate all the suggestions. I see it's mostly into art and music, and you know what? I might just do one of them and make a post about it. If I draw something and it's extremely silly, I may not do it out of sheer embarrassment. But I appreciate everybody being here. I'll see you in the next one, and you know, yeah. That's it. See you in the next one. And yet again, I'll put it here. Axel is streaming for 24 hours. If you want to hear vegan conversations, 24 hours right now. He won't be streaming for long. Go there. Check it out. Draw for yourself, not for others. Exactly. Yeah. And I'll see you again, everybody, on Sunday. We'll have some conversations. The Vegan Future will be there, and we'll see some awesome activists again. Maybe we'll see the tunnel again, the tunnel that we never actually got to see. But we'll have a couple of vegan activists. I'll feel a little bit safer because there's the activists and everything, and we'll have better conversations anyway. So we'll see. If you guys have suggestions on how to make the conversations better, because today they weren't really that good if you were on the street, let me know. If not, I'll see you in the next one, and I'll analyze myself and try to be better for you and for the animals. Thank you so much, everybody. Have an awesome day. See you in the stream. I'll be in the Excel stream also, so I'll be